Super Mario Blind Kaizo Race by White Moth. Let's play. This race level is dedicated to all the ugly little kitties in the whole wide world. Good luck. Aw, kitties. I don't know if I've seen White Moth around in a long time. Oh, I didn't even see the world map. I just kind of went to it. Probably a nice world map. Something weird to be playing. Oh, that's layer 2 fall off. There's more time to stand there than I think. Heard kitties and you had to open your phone to produce pictures of cats. I am never opposed to more pictures of cats. Just maybe like really ugly cats, like those cats that have no fur. I'm not sure about those. Gotta go faster there, I think. I just find those weird looking. Like, there's not much for it. Cats need their fur to look cat. Have you seen the post-game of Yum 2? I do not believe so, no. Hate Bingus? I mean, I don't know what Bingus is. I know Mr. Bigglesworth was never quite the same after he was in cryogenic storage. This is for ugly children? Oh no, kitties with a K, not I. Ends with cat images. Oh, that's nice. I approve of such things. They're pleasant. Nope. Bingus. There's a Whitest Kids You Know sketch that has that that kind of gag in it, but it's not very good for stream to talk about. It's a very misunderstanding-driven sketch. Oh, I got knuckled. Been knuckled down. Oh, also, I'm done with playing, I'm done with playing the questionable things now. I'm done with that. I'm glad that it's finally over. Been fun. But also, like, just judging contests is stressful. I look forward to not having to think about scheduling that or worrying about doing that for a bit. Moving back to all 3 of them. What? All 3 what? Quack Jam? I finished all of the Quack Jam stuff. Unplug this, is bugging me. Do it again? Yeah, probably. I think the biggest issue for me really was that I expected to come back to the West Coast really early in the year, and then the stuff I had to do with my shoulder took a lot longer than I expected. And so I didn't get back until, like, the middle of March. And then I needed to find time to do all this other stuff in addition to a bunch of other things, and just stuff compounds. Slow. Have I done all 3 QLDCs? I've done the vast majority of all 3. I did all the 72-hour because I was a judge for that one. I've done all of the most recent proper QLDC. I played all of those. I think I might have cheated a couple levels, but not very much. And then OG QLDC, there are some levels I have not seen. So that is something I could go back and finish. There's also a few levels I'd like to, like, revisit and do again, because I didn't do a very good job. I did play Fish, that's true. I really loved Fish. I need to finish up the, well, start over on the 32 by 32 to graphics 32 converter, because I let that languish and I lost the source code because I'm a dumbass. Lost my P-speed. How did I lose my P-speed? Yes, I did check yours, Max. I did play yours. In fact, one of the things I found really great about this hack jam was one of the comments that I made on your video. The comment I made for your video when I put up your entry for the original hack jam was that it feels like this could be used to do something like keep talking or else Mario explodes, one person playing on PAL and one person playing on NTSC. And then a helping hand actually did make keep talking until or else Mario explodes. Is this just Kaizo? Yeah, I'm playing a Romhack Races level. Once I do that, I have permission to use fish. Yeah, I wish I'd tested it on fish when I had the chance. I have Toadette in here because Toadette was my test. And it mostly works, so I think I didn't quite get some of the corner cases done. I suspect that when I go back and work on it again, it'll change something. But it's one of those like, wow, this project, I really should look at that. But yes, this is absolutely just Kaizo. This is a relatively early Romhack Racing level by White Moth. Which is a name I haven't seen around a lot recently. I wonder if they're still around. I feel like they used to do a lot of stuff. But basically, I kind of figured that Cavern would take a lot longer. I figured incorrectly, so the time budget wasn't quite what I had allocated for. So I'll probably do like one of these, maybe give up partway through if this seems to be taking forever, and then finish upstream. We'll see. I don't usually finish upstream so early, but I also do have a stream tomorrow, so realized it's 7 and not at 6, which is a really nice thing. Starting stream at 6 often makes things a lot trickier for me. But it will be Final Fantasy 1. I'm hoping I'll be able to beat it. Like, I'm optimistic. I have 3 orbs. I've got an orb every single stream, I think. So, it's very plausible. But we'll see. And I guess also I still have to do some work for questionable stuff, doing a little more writing and HTMLing. But I've got, like, a good chunk of that written. Some notations. I still have to figure out how I'm going to deal with Memoby. Hey, cool, I got a jump! Wait, oh. You know, I didn't quite realize what I was looking at there. Like, I wrote my initial first impressions down, and I think I'm a little bit too harsh. I do think I'm going to keep saying it's a hat on a hat. Oh, oops. Because, like, the concept is kind of cool. Either concept would be kind of cool. The combination basically means it's exclusively for sickos. And I mean that in an endearing way, not in like a ha-ha-ha. I just mean like the comic by that one dude that everyone is appropriated for that kind of thing. Comics are quite stupid. Quite silly, I suppose. Not stupid, really. It's optimistic until that happened. What's that guy's name again? Not Ben Garrison, that's the other comic artist I know of that everyone photoshops his stuff. I see his name like Kelly something. I don't really recall. I've seen so many variants of that sicko image, though. I actually saw a sticker in real life somewhere of a furry version of it. I was like, this is something I'm seeing here while I'm in this place that I go to in real life. The internet is leaking. Again. I think I'm going fast enough that as long as I don't, like, clip my jump there, I'm fine. As long as I clip my jump properly, I'm fine. Yeah, that's too slow. I think if I'd realized this was a very cycle level, I might have picked a different one. But I do have some leeway, that's true. Yes. I had to think for a second if we're still talking about the Kaizo level. I went back to talking about stupid comics. I do need to clip the jump from the top. Do need to clip the jump at Knuckles. And Knuckles. And Knuckles. And Knuckles. I do have leeway on both, it's true. I'm also glad I did the Fortaleza Reznor thing. That's going to relieve some YouTube pressure. I need to sit down and do like some actual Kaden Live style editing for some of the other stuff I have, which is kind of a pain. Whereas if I just do it in... Like, the FR stuff is basically going to trim a little bit off the end, trim a little bit off the front, and bam, it's ready. It takes, like, a lot less time than other proper ones. And that's just... Well, this one isn't going to be... Still going to be kind of tricky, because I have to go harvest the names. I'll be translate the names, too. There we go. Nope. Do not clip that jump. That was too early. Cool. I'm at this spot again. You know, I would have loved to have been able to stand there for half a second and figure out what's going on. Instead of cramming my head into Spike. Layer 2 is weirdly slippery, you know? It's the most slippery layer there is that isn't slippery-ish. I've regressed. No egrets. It might still be a little too slow. No, I'm fine. That also goes up. Playing Kaizo, yes. I've been considering getting into a Kaizo level design, but don't think there's really a direction one can go when it comes to that. Playing Kaizo, yes. Making Kaizo, don't know. I think it's a skill like anything else. You just have to practice it. Like, I'd like to make a Romhack Races level one day. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to produce something of adequate quality. Just add a shell jump. Bam, get done. Maybe a muncher run. You know, those are always fun, Kaizo. Forcing people to duck repeatedly to go through small gaps. Maybe force a block dupe. Especially a music block dupe, because those are the most annoying kind. I'm just ballparking here. Just throwing out, just spitballing. Throwing out whatever interesting ideas come to mind. Okay. What you can do consistently? Shell jumps. I can kind of do them consistently, but I'm out of practice. Key jumps? Oh, I bet those are easier on keyboard. Yeah, I suck at those. Well, no. I could do a regular key jump with a certain amount of success, but like multiple key jumps where you're like using them to gain massive altitude because you're doing that and you're cheesing a level or kind of thing. Such a weird physical property. I'm going to jump off this thing that I just grabbed and then dropped, and then I'm going to jump off the thing that I just dropped, and therefore, bam. It's like a very kung fu movie kind of physics. Like, not the good, like, Chinese ones, but, like, Americanized ones. And those can be good, too, but you know what I'm saying. Like, not ones that are meant to display the martial arts so much as, this is cool and we can get away with it. It is SMW for you. A lot of its physics are, in fact, wishful thinking. Oh, that was the closest I've gotten to doing something good. I even knew I was behind on that one. I was just kind of hoping that it might work out. Still behind on this one. I made it. I can't wait 2 cycles for that. Okay, so I need... Oh, I'm at the end of the section. Huh. Cautiously optimistic. Then you go down while it's still down, I think is the trick. Didn't get the second bounce. Oh, I guess that was a fun thing that happened. I was hanging with Snyder, and he asked me to do him a favor. I can tell you about this one on the internet because it's funny. There's some GitHub repos that we share, and he asked if I could temporarily make them less North Korean. Because as a stupid gag, our team for all sorts of things is said to come from North Korea. The best part of that, without a doubt, was a silly throwaway joke that I came up with, like, once when I had to enter what institution we were associated with. And I said we were from Kim Jong-il. But no one ever believed we were actually from North Korea, which makes perfect sense, because you don't meet people from North Korea on the internet. Wow, I hit right into that spike? That was really early. And of course, one person in CTF chat was like, North Korea? Completely disbelieving. I think I looked it up after the words. Turns out that person was from South Korea, which explains why they were... I need to fix that. We're surprised to see such a thing. Oh, I'm a little bit behind. Right, okay. We could do an Archipelago multi-world stuff. You and some friends are on SMW Central VC were doing a couple of randomizers. A little tough to set up, but it's good fun. Yeah, I did one once where I was playing 3 different games at the same time. This was like a couple years ago, but I did Mario 64, Chex Finder, which is basically Minesweeper, and the like April Fool's Day thing, which was an idle game that gave you checks periodically. I might have gotten the order wrong and the names wrong, but yeah. It did take some setting up, I will not deny that. Mario 64, you have to compile from source. Because you're not playing on an emulator console, it's made for the PC port. I'm still pissed off about one aspect of that, where in Mario 64, if you press the left stick, because, you know, they added the left stick and right stick buttons over the years, what it did was press Z for you. Not fast enough. Yeah, there's a lot of good games. One of the requests still sitting in the queue from Kappa is do Archipelago stuff. And I need to put that back properly because it got removed for a little bit. Because Kappa wanted something else. Basically, for game requests, I let people pick whatever they want, even up to the point basically where I've got it prepared and going. Rephrase this. Up to the point where I've got it prepared, not when I've got it going. You can't just, like, request, oh yeah, Pat, could you play this, and then change your mind to, like, Superman 64 after I got started, of course. You know. If, say, Fries changed his mind and didn't want Baldur's Gate 2, he wanted Baldur's Gate 1, yes, that would still be a request I'd take care of. That sort of thing. Though I do have Baldur's Gate 2 set up and ready to go, which is sitting on my desktop when I was playing EcoQuest last night. Yeah, I think my biggest problem with Archipelago is, like, I don't know if it supports, like, USB stuff properly. And even if it did, I'd have to, like, not use my USB stuff in conjunction with it. I'm too slow. Not too slow. Ah, you have to do it on the first cycle. No changes unless a switch for Command & Conquer Red Alert 2. I mean, is that the one with the, I'm going to the one place untouched by capitalism? Space! Because yes, Tim Curry would make that awesome. I can say I've played 2 different games with Tim Curry in it. Yeah, that'd be fun. I want to play like some of the older Command & Conquer first, though. I thought it'd be really fun to play those again. Because I played the first one as a kid and had an absolute blast. Bunch of unsupported games, and since they work, but the website's not ready. Oh, interesting. I mean, it makes sense. People are still working on them. I know someone was working on a Mario RPG one. Stuff for that. A while ago. I don't know when. They might still be. Pinned a message LX5 made about it in Gaming if you're curious. Okay. I'll take a look. You're not switching? Oh, good. Because I've already gone and done the work. The only thing I'm not certain about is how well it handles using daemon tools for CD switches. Because it did seem like it was having some problems with that when I was doing the installation. But I have a backup solution to that, which is don't use daemon tools, just burn a bunch of CDs. I'm already dead. And I have a lot of CD blanks still from back when I used to pirate more things as a child. I was once paid in CDs for some, you might call it light yard work, but what it actually was building a moat. They have memory of using Demon Tools. Yeah, Demon Tools was great, honestly. I found out later that it was kind of flaky and caused a lot of crashes in Windows, but you know, for being a CD drive emulator that works pretty well, it works pretty well. I'm getting slower at that section. But yeah, I still have like probably somewhere in the vicinity of 100 CD blanks somewhere between the 2 spindles. Some of them aren't truly blank because I got lazy and like put ones that weren't blank back in the middle, which is a terrible policy, but I can't really argue against like 14-year-old Pat at this point. I just pick them up and look at them first. The thing about it is like I don't need these to last forever. These aren't archival copies. If I want archival copies, I go to the archival organization and download more. Which is how I got EcoQuest yesterday. But I need to like go find the right place to ask about that, because it's just weirding me out that there are actually decent proper win ports for some of these things. There we go. Troll? Oh, that was terrible. Do I get to start from this room? I do! I don't know this trick, actually. Time to learn how to thwomp dive when you're not trying to go straight up. Checkpoint indeed. I'm excited about my new checkpoint, which is way better than the nude checkpoint. That Dorito is going to give me problems. How do I resolve this? Okay, you just need to hold your timing a little bit longer. Thought I pulled left already, but apparently I didn't. Okay, I think I see what to do here. You get up close to your thwomp buddy, and then you drop. That's not how you do that part, though. In fact, this is actually an easier thwomp drop than I think it is. because... In fact, I think it might just be really... No, it can't be that easy. No, it's not completely free. Okay. You do need to clip your jump a little bit. But when you do it is kind of important. To be kind of... do it so it's closer to the bottom of the screen than the top. I do prefer when you have obstacles like that that are very close to the beginning of the checkpoint as opposed to the end. Ah, I think I see. Oh. Okay. The duck ruined my velocity. Hate it when ducks do that. Ducks are awesome. Geese are terrible. When I see a duck out in the wild, it just makes me happy. They're such silly animals. The geese are just awful. Platforms always use the same hitboxes as the turn block bridge once they're fully extended. I did not know that. That makes sense, though. Need a little bit more velocity in there. I feel like everybody, when they're making a level like this, always goes for, like, increasing the speed of smashers as it goes along. Or increasing the layer 2 speed as it goes along. How do I do that part? There's an awful lot of possible ways to do it. Which is why you can stand on the very edge in both cases. That scans. That makes a lot of sense with what I know now. That was not the play. That was not the play. This is now the section of the evening where I regress a little bit. We eventually make it there. We eventually get our man. Our Knuckles. Or Echidna. Yeah, I guess that's the other thing I've been doing. I'm still working my way through Jingo. As far as, like, Discworld books go, it's quite odd. Even for Discworld. Really following, like, 3 different threads. What do I want to do there? Perhaps the oddest thing that's happened is that the Patrician, basically the guy who runs the city of Ankh-Morpork, who's generally considered to be a very efficient administrator, up to the point where he even sets up his own coups to dethrone him. That was like what I needed to do. Apparently he can juggle, even though he'd never tried it before, which was quite the surprise. Initially, I was expecting the answer to be something about his assassin training, but no, it's just like, well, I can see where they want to go, and so I simply put my hands where they go, where they would be. I'm not sure I buy the explanation, because Lord Vetinari is a very shrewd man. He might just be using it to mess with the his other compatriots, because he got Sergeant Colin and Nobby with him. And they're not known to be the brightest bulbs in the basket. He's just talented. I mean, he's very talented. And a liar. That's true. What's up, Iancio? Hope I get that right. How you doing? I'm running myself into walls. Well, Doritos, really. But usually his lies have a certain amount of truth and style to them. This is a very odd lie. But it's been entertaining. Nope. Up we go. I am not finding a very consistent setup for that. That was not what you were supposed to do. That was very much not what you were supposed to do. Alright. Much as I don't want to, I think I need to take a quick stand-up break. I've been sitting for oh wait. Nope. Yeah, we like jank lava, that's true. I'll wait for the ads to run out. Ugh. But yes. That and the stupid bus. Still annoyed at my busing today. Did not work so well. Initially, my plan actually was to start stream about 2 hours earlier and front load a lot more stuff. Not caverns there. But there was this HTML, old HTML web game I wanted to try, do for stream, called Castle Quest, which was one of like the 2 HTML web games on Caverns of Blood. So thematically it would have been good. I think I just need to sit that longer and then go underneath instead of trying to stand by the side. Worst comes to worst, I know I can look up the solution, but I don't want to yet. How did I do that before? Oh, I jumped too early. I mean, it wasn't completely the bus's fault. Oh. What is HTML? You came from Flash game days. So when I say these are HTML games, it's not exactly. There is some JavaScript, but not very much. And it's mostly to mess with you. These are more like choose-your-own-adventure games, but they're built entirely in HTML with many different web pages in order to keep track. Not exactly. Kingdom of Loathing had a backend that managed an awful lot of stuff, but it was I think pretty much only HTML on the front end. I don't think they used a lot of JavaScript till later. Like maybe the chat room was. But no, this is very much like a choose-your-own-adventure book. You basically have options at various places. So like the first choice you get to make, that felt right. That felt right. Like the first choice you get to make at the very beginning is north, south, east, or west. And they're all valid choices, except only one of them really progresses the story forward. YouTube adventure games? Yeah, like that. Very much in that style. But this is, you know, circa when was IE3? When did IE3 come out? Yeah, when did IE3 come out? Because it says you need to use a modern web browser like IE3. 96. So yeah, it would have been pretty long ago. But the real long story short is, just like the Caverns of Blood, I had spent some time like backing that up and making it accessible on the internet again. And I have a YouTube video up for that, and it's done very well. Like, some people really want to know what happened to this piece of their childhood. And someone on there was like, yeah, I've got a full backup of the entire Caverns of Blood site. Do you want Castle Quest? And I'm like, yes, I do. And he was like, also like, oh, except I have a bit of corruption in my, the actual Caverns of Blood part. The Caverns game, as they call it. So he eventually managed to get me an archive link, because YouTube hates comments with links in them, because he uploaded to archive.org and eventually gave me the chunk of the URL I needed to make it work. Because you don't need all of the URL, you just need the relevant part. Need to remember how to do that. It's been a while. And so he handed it to me, and I'm like, well, all right, let me clean this up a little bit. I did find a issue I need to fix. There's one dead link that I noticed when doing it through IE6. with or dead iframe, and I can fix that. I'll just replace it with something silly. Probably a static banner ad, because it is literally just an ad. I had a version. I need to let go of Y. But anyway, I put it up. It's on questingcastle.net. But it does not work in modern browsers. It uses MIDIs. It uses... Oh, another thing. You need to be playing at 640, 480. Otherwise, it doesn't work because it uses tiled backgrounds. A picture of a uni. You want to play Neopets? Is that what I'm hearing? Let go of Y. Do not let go of B. Let go of Y. Do not let go of B. The cat. Oh, no, it's going to use one of the random banner ads in the ad stuff. But I guess if you made a banner ad of the cat, I guess I'd be okay with that. I don't know anything about Uni, but it's probably nice it's a cat. But quite literally, like, you know, these websites did make their money via ad sales back when ad banners on websites actually made money, and they don't anymore. This was also back when you could get, like, good ads on websites. Well, let me phrase this. When ad sites didn't... actually, no, it probably did have those obnoxious Spank the Monkey ads. Never mind, it was still terrible. What are your lifeline bucket list to finally beat Neopets PS2 when you get a PC? You know, I've always wondered if it was any good. How you doing, Nerdy? Oh, I didn't even notice it was you earlier. I saw the green earlier and thought it was someone else. Dang it. Need a better way to do this. Be nice about a rectangle of what that is like. That's tricky. Also, like, just, it doesn't work. Like, when I was... I need to do that earlier. What I'd love to do if I was better at CSS is fix up these things to look right, or put them into a small 640 by 480, like, iframe. And fix up some of the other stuff that doesn't work. So, like, an awful lot of it has alt tags. Alt tags have kind of gone the way of the dodo, even though we still talk about them. It doesn't even have alt tags. Or does it? It has on hover sort of things to mess with you. Because, like, one of the points of these things is, like, the links don't show you which URL you're going to frequently. Like, you know, on the modern website, you hover a link, it shows you. But back in the day, you could place an on hover thing with JavaScript that would change the status bar. And these properties use this a lot as part of, like, communicating with you. It can be entertaining. And there's alt tags, which I mentioned don't work so hot no more. That almost worked. Like, proper alt tags on images just seem to make web browsers sad for some reason. I don't know why. Oh yeah, also, before I forget Neopets, the GBA game they made was actually kind of fun, the Puzzle Adventure. I think I have a copy somewhere. I remember playing that and having fun. I also had a pretty decent Neopets account, which I still do, because I eventually got access to it again. Turns out that there was a bug in their, like, preschooler offering that made it so that you could log in. It made it so you could try an infinite number of birthdays without getting locked out. Testing in Firefox, it actually opens a pop-up with the proper size, no problem. Really? Doing well, playing some Smallland and lurking as it goes. Now, let me try. I don't know what to do here yet, so... Firefox definitely behaved better than Chrome when I tried it on these things. Oh yeah, because that's the thing it does when you start. It does pop it up. Huh! That's better. Yeah, the not found thing is something I need to fix. But yeah, this looks way better than I expected. Except you can't really go backwards. Huh. Yeah, when I tried this in Chrome, I went to the spots directly. Opened this in a new page proper, so yeah, because I was testing things. Only played The Darkest Fairy, remember it fondly. But old reviews seem to say you shouldn't have liked it. I mean, I think there's something that, like, just happened frequently for older, like, PS2 games, is like they made cool little adventure games that were just cool enough. That was my first attempt at that, but it happens. All right, I'm going to get up for a quick stretch. I'll be really back right quick. Oh, and I should use this. There we go. All right. What was I talking about? Oh, Chrome is bad for many reasons. Yeah. The problem for that specifically is that it asks you to download the MIDIs, which is not the behavior you want. And it's quite irritating. Sometimes Chrome will automatically download embedded MIDIs, and I don't know why. Like, if I was going to do, like, a proper, like, remaster, I'd need to get the JavaScript MIDI player working. Which, again, just one of those, like, this would be a cool project, but I don't think it's for me because I'm rubbish at HTML. And JavaScript, despite what you may think, God, I hate CSS so much. That's pretty much it. I just hate CSS so much. All the HTML I write always renders in Quarks mode because I learned HTML, like, in the HTML, like, 3-5 days or something. Or 4-ish. And the only way I JavaScript is by using jQuery. Like, I am not a good web dev. I love doing back-end stuff. My day job, after all. But yeah, don't make me do JavaScript or front-end work. In fact, actually, if you look at the Project Carl website, all of that HTML and all the HTML templates were actually made by my brother-in-law. And he did add a little bit of JavaScript. I did all the back-end stuff, so basically I made, like, really ugly versions of what I wanted. And then he beautified it up, which worked out really well. He'd, like, just finished a code camp or something and hadn't done any, like, real coding experience yet. This was not smart. So it gave him a little bit of experience working in, like, GitHub and things. Mostly what it made me do was actually type real commit messages for that repo. Because typically my commit messages for my own stuff is like argle bargle at best. Sometimes I'll write like something that makes sense, but most of the time it doesn't. So I actually had to write out like nice full commit messages. I didn't want to like give him a bad example would be probably the right way to phrase this. Okay, now this part. Pipe. I want to go... then. Oh. No. No. Why would you do this? Please don't make me do the price section again. I mean, with my own stuff, yeah, when I'm doing it for work or whatever, I do proper commit messages. The way I get back my independence at work is by giving my branches really dumb names. I named one recently. Oh, what was it? Had to do with Rob Schneider. I forget exactly what it was. What's up, Curtis? Thank you for the good luck. How you doing? Yeah, I named after Rob Schneider. We had ended our... basically, we had a dashboard thing, and the dashboard company, I think, got acquired or something, or they changed their pricing structure so badly that we didn't want to use them anymore. And so I ended up rigging up a really crummy version of it that uses just Google Sheets. It just needed to exist. And so I made a Google Sheets version, because I've done that a lot. For puzzle stuff, I have like automated Google Sheets code, and I'm like, well, I could just borrow some of that, pretty it up, Djangoify it, and then put it on a cron job, and bam, we're done. So, the biggest problem is that we wanted to use the original queries that the product was using, the dashboard product was using, but they were really bad and referenced fields that didn't exist. So we had to do an application level join for that stuff. Which sucks, because we couldn't join against the fields in the other thing without causing massive problems. That, and it was some dog slow. For the longest time, it took about 15 minutes to run. I'm not great at SQL either. So So I ended up convincing my boss to take a look at the sequel stuff, and I trimmed off some other things, and he did some weird he did some join voodoo stuff, and now it runs an adequate number of seconds. It only runs once a day, so it doesn't matter if it took like 15 minutes, but for testing purposes, it's really nice that it doesn't anymore. Not that I need to modify it. I haven't modified it since like February, I don't think. I did get a message about it not working, but I think that the Tron just hit at a bad time, and it fixed itself the next day. So anyway, that's the story of the Rob Schneider branch. I'm not a big fan of his movie work. I don't think anybody really is. The only tolerable movies with Rob Schneider are ones where he, you know, doesn't fare well. Like Down Periscope, where he's an asshole Navy guy, and they eventually throw him off the ship, which is very entertaining. It's not a bad movie. It's not a good movie, but it's not a bad movie, Down Periscope. Definitely the kind of thing you'd watch, you know, when you had some time. You were, like, at a sick day or something, or caught it on cable. Maybe picked it up 15 minutes in or something. It was that kind of movie. Has Kelsey Grammer in it, which is kind of impressive. Yeah, just kind of mid. It's not a bad movie by any accounts. It's a bit slapstick. It's your pretty much the same kind of movie you've seen a million times before. It's basically the Mighty Ducks. The difference is it's the Navy. Basic premise: Kelsey Grammer, I forget what his name is in the movie, is a submarine captain, or has reached the rank of captain. But you eventually need to captain your own ship, or else you get kicked out of the Navy, because the military has a move up or move out policy, which probably is not the greatest thing ever, but they've had it forever, so who knows? I don't know. And so basically, they give him control. They give him an old diesel sub that hasn't really been used since, like, you know, the Cold War, and have him play a war game against a proper nuclear sub with the premise that if he does well, he'll get a proper sub and proper commission. So, in order to, of course, make this hilarious, everybody on the crew is also somewhat weird, would be the kindest way to put it. Mildly defective would be the worst. And probably more fair for some of the other people. Like, one of them is a general's, I think Rip Torn plays the general in this case. Son, who wants to get scared straight a bit. I can't believe that worked. Okay. There's an electrician who's kind of lousy at what he does. There we go. Do love the SNL sketch where he keeps telling everyone at the gift shop you can put weed and stuff. I've never seen that one. The SNL sketch that comes to mind when I talk about Rob Schneider, of course, is Making Cuppies. Which was for the longest time what most people knew about Rob Schneider. Anyway, thanks to GG. That was hard. Playtesters, freaking ha. That's another thing I haven't seen in a while. Third Wall, Osu Mario Cartman, still around. Sequel Inflection, still around. Why not? I don't know if he's still around. Algae, I don't think I haven't seen any Algae around in a long time. And of course, Atari 2.0 is still at SMW Central. Music by Young Gotenks, SNN, Tamaki, and Dan the Vip. And I died. That works.